Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chantal, and I produce content on mindset reframing and personal growth and development. So in one of my other videos, we spoke about prioritizing and time management. Another big factor we need to consider in all aspects of our life is communication. And there's so many of us that don't do this correctly, or we really struggle to communicate with, be it our partner or work colleague or boss or family member or friend. We find it difficult, and one of the reasons, in my opinion, one of the reasons is assumption. What we assume people think we meant. I'll give you an example. There was a video that I saw, I think it was on Facebook or YouTube, where the dad asked his son to give him instructions, to write down instructions of how to make a PB&J, how to make a peanut butter and jam sandwich. And so let's take the first two lines. The son wrote down, take 2 slices of bread and put peanut butter on it. So the father read that. He took 2 slices of bread, he took the bottle of peanut butter and placed it on the bread and said, and then what? And then the son's like, no, Dad, don't be silly. This is not how you make a peanut butter and jam sandwich. You're supposed to use a butter knife and butter it on. But we didn't do that. The instructions didn't tell us to do that. Why? Because the son assumed his father would know to take a butter knife or knife to spread it onto the bread. And that is one of the biggest things we assume people understand, and that results in that miscommunication results in a whole lot of negative impact after that. Something as dramatic as a feud, in family feud or something, because you don't understand what the other person meant, or you assumed what that person would do from it, and you get upset because they didn't understand it in the way you thought. Words are so powerful. Words have so much of meaning. And sometimes we don't realize it, the way we phrase it, or things we assume is logical to us might not be logical to the next person based on their life experiences. And I think that's where we also go a bit wrong. So maybe we need to start becoming a little bit more conscious of how we are, what are we asking for, how are we asking, what words are we choosing. And the more cognizant of it you become, the more aware of it, the more you start doing it naturally, and it becomes easy to understand, and the less frustrated you end up feeling, thinking, oh, like for example, my husband, I told him to do this and that, and then he didn't do it because he assumed I meant ABC. Meanwhile, I meant something totally different, and I assumed that's what he knew I was talking about. But I didn't give him the full instructions, so I can't fight with him. So it's the same thing. It's just things we need to look at in our life. But it's just a thought. Hope you have a great week. Love you guys. Take care.